back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, folks, Reeves goes clutch and carries LeBron to a victory over the Golden State Warriors on Christmas night. Man, Reeves did carry LeBron, man. LeBron, man, he was scoring last night, man. He had all them points, man. Anthony Davis went down, man. And LeBron carried the team, man. Why you say that, man? Why you say that, man? That ain't right, man. Well, folks, they knew not to get the ball to LeBron James in the clutch. Don't give it to him. We saw what happened last time in the clutch. He wasn't clutch. And history shows us and tells us that this guy is not clutch. Sorry, guys. So they had to give it to Reeves, which would be the equivalent to Michael Jordan giving a shot to Tony Kukoc? No, I don't know. Maybe Tony Kukoc was a better player than Austin Reeves. But the fact is, overall, man, last night was whack, man. I don't care about the finish, the whole ESPN display. Folks, I mean, the stuff that ESPN says, these play-by-play guys, the analysts on the pregame shows, why do they act like this? It's not like we don't have social media. It's not like people haven't been frying the NBA, in the Lakers, in LeBron James, everything. How could these people lie in times like these? Right? I could understand if this was the 90s, the early 2000s, the 80s, the 70s. You probably could do that, but they didn't. They still didn't lie back then. They didn't lie. They wasn't lying for players. They wasn't telling you lies and illusions about what the hell you see. But in this day, where we have social media, they fix their mouths to lie about LeBron James, lie about the NBA, lie about these players, how good they are. It's a joke, folks. Why would you lie? What's wrong with Steph Curry? Well, he's getting old. He's getting old just like any other player would. You know, he's more of a shooter. He can't do dunks and layups and, you know, take enhancements for his body. Maybe he is, maybe he ain't. But he doesn't have that luxury like some other players. We'll just not mention those players. But the guy's getting old. He's skinny, he's frail. It's father time. And the most embarrassing thing was LeBron James pregame show, TikTok dancing. 40 years old LeBron James, TikTok dancing like an 8-year-old, 12-year-old, 15-year-old little girl. This is a 40-year-old man that supposedly has billions. You guys know how I think. We won't get into that. But a 40-year-old man, pregame, TikTok dancing on the court and acting feminine. Like, really? Wow, folks. All right, it's hard for me to believe, but this is true. This is what the NBA has to offer you. Big dummy Perk saying dummy stuff all day on Christmas. And I told you, folks, don't think this guy is just being dummy funny on his own. No, folks, this is what the ESPN has to offer you today. Low budget, welfare type of analyst. This is all they got to offer you. The guy's not funny. At least be funny. Give me a Charles Barkley dumb funny. And I don't even like the guy. I don't even like, you know, them portraying black people as dumb people on TV. And that's supposed to be funny. Charles Barkley can't even finish a damn sentence. And people think he's this funny guy. I mean, he is in a way, but come on, man. This guy supposed to be so intelligent, he can't even finish a damn sentence. He'll jump into one thing to another, to like, what the hell is this guy talking about? So, but he's not even funny like Charles Barkley. like dumb funny. He tries to be. He's not funny. He's just dumb. Big dummy Perk. Just dumb. This is what ESPN has to offer you. Perk telling us that Zion Williams, who makes tens of millions of dollars, right? Basically, needs to be trained by other great NBA players, because they were talking about where he could go to keep his body in shape. Wow. How does this make the black culture look? I mean, like, I'm serious. Like, really? This is the whole world looking at you, and you're making tens of millions of dollars, and you can't show up to work because you're hungry? Wow. And then Big Dummy Perk says if he had, he played with an all-time great player like Steph Curry that could lead him and show him to keep his body in shape, it will work out better for him. And Stephen A. Smith just lost it. Are you kidding me? This is what we got, folks. This is what we got. When I grew up, yes, we laughed, we had fun as analysts, but we were serious about the game. We wouldn't have to talk about things like this, folks. It would be incredible that a player had the heart, the grit, the wherewithal to show up to a Christmas game or a big time game injured. And that's what they did. You had Joker pregame yawning as he came through the tunnel, like he was like, he didn't want to do this, folks. He was like, why are we doing this? Ant-Man acting like the child he acts like coming through the tunnel. Right? Couldn't expect anything less from him. I mean, the NBA is in big trouble, folks. The three-point shooting contest, the lack of intensity throughout the game. Yes, you had some intense games. The intensity picked up in the fourth quarter in some of these games. But for the most part, it doesn't start until the fourth quarter because all they're doing is shooting threes. Now, I did think that thought that the Boston, who did Boston play? 76ers. I thought that game was intense throughout the whole game. I'll tell you, I love Maxey. We need more guys like this that can play on every level, folks. He can hit the mid-range. He can hit the three. He can hit his free throws. He can facilitate. He can hit these off-balance mid-range shots that we don't see no more, folks. We don't see this no more. These guys are not agile and nifty and shifty. Like this, if you take Tyrese Maxey, folks, for you LeBron era guys and you this era fan right here, this is what we saw from Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, who am I missing? Vince Carter to an extent. These are the guys that we miss in the league. Somewhat LeBron James when he was young, but I wouldn't say he was like that sometimes, not all the time. But this is what we're missing in the league. These type of guys like Tyrese Maxey that was real shifty, could stop on a dime, pull up, do these off-balance shots, awkward shots, and still hit them. These are the players we're missing in the game that played at every level. When I first seen this guy, I was like, nah, I don't believe nothing about this guy. And as I kept seeing him play game after game, I was like, man, this dude is the truth. This dude is pretty good. But this is the type of play we're missing from, our guards and small forwards and stuff like that. This is what we were growing up on, folks. These type of players like this, they don't exist no more because guys don't know how to do these moves no more. All they know how to do is stand at a three-point line and wait for the ball, or set a screen for these guys to get open because they can't create their own shot. So I don't know, folks. Anthony Davis goes down in the first quarter. What an embarrassment, man. If they would have lost, they would have blamed that entire thing on Anthony Davis. They would have been, Anthony Davis let LeBron James down, blah, 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 blah. I'm sick of this guy. And they really didn't need Anthony Davis to even play. I mean, they were still without Anthony Davis, it looked like they were still bigger than the Warriors. And a lot of people are mad. Where's the help? Where's the help for Steph Curry? Where's his help? Where's his help? What happened to Buddy Hield? Remember all this stuff they was talking about early in the season? Oh, the Warriors are unstoppable. You know, Buddy Hield was a nice addition to the team. You know, this is what Steph Curry was looking for. Kuminga is doing good. Man, these dudes is barely above 500 now. They don't need Steph Curry. They were winning without Steph Curry. What happened, folks? Draymond Green, what is this clown doing all game? What is this clown doing all game? This guy's making all this money to give you a triple single, folks. You can't get me 10 boards a game in this weak, soft era? This guy's running up and down the court, acting like he's directing his team, acting like he's playing this solid defense in a no-touch era. What is this clown doing? This clown made the All-NBA defensive last year. For what? For what? For what? I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. Like I said, these guys don't deserve this money, folks. Man, you counting another man's money, a black man's money. Oh boy, a lackluster performance by Draymond Green. He's shooting horrible from the field this year. Man, that man shooting 38%, man. From the three, man. Oh, God. Draymond Green. You just can't make these things up, folks. I just don't. The NBA is not in a good place. They're going to get blasted this morning. It'll be. I can't wait for these ratings to come out. And I can tell you what, the NFL, I don't know how much money the NBA had to pay the NFL not to put the NFL games on local TV, not local TV, national TV, not to put it on NBC, not to put it on Fox, not to put it on, CBS. How much did they have to pay the NBA to put it on Netflix? Look, man, we'll pay you to put it on Netflix, and you'll make money off of Netflix, because if you put those NFL games on national televised TV, we're finished. We're finished. I forget what the other game was. I know the first game was like Pittsburgh and Kansas City, but the second game, I don't think nobody would have watched that anyways, but it's football. So maybe they would have watched it, and it's the NBA. People don't want to watch these games. So, two of the biggest stars went down early. Luka went down, AD went down, and again, folks, Joel Embiid almost went down pre-game, and then he almost went down in the game. This is crazy, folks. This is crazy, especially with these centers. They have the nerve to make all this money, was frail during the season, and then show up to play some plumbers in the Olympics and barely beat these plumbers in the Olympics. A slow-footed Rudy Gobert and a rookie Wemby. Wow, folks. The Dream Team can never deal with France in South Sudan. No way, folks. They just have people in South Sudan and France and Serbia that would get Michael Jordan, Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Pippen, Ewing, David Robinson. All them guys would get the work. They would get that work from Serbia and South Sudan and in France. What an embarrassment, folks. And like we was talking about at the beginning of the video, you had to have people actually lie to make you believe such a thing. Because it's all about money, folks. This world is cold, it's sick, it's ran by the devil, and it's all about money. right? And these analysts will get up here and lie. They'll trash past era players so they can make that money, folks. Never heard one single time when I was growing up. Not one single time. Not one time, folks. Analysts trashing past players. Never heard of it in my life. Never heard this stuff, and really didn't even hear about it in the 2000s, the 2010s. When I started hearing about this, is when LeBron James lost his 6 finals, blown off the floor again. Can you imagine again? This guy, for the second time, happened in 14, and now again in 18, blown off the court by a record margin in the NBA Finals. It happened again, folks. So Nick Wright, people like Shannon Sharp, people like JJ Redick. Remember the other day he said he was part of the media that, helped destroy the NBA, because he was basically what they're trying to tell you. He was part of the media that helped push this NBA forward into the 2020s. Him, Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, and others. After LeBron lost his 6 finals, they had nothing left. They had no more excuses. It was bad. What is this? Everybody else that was promoted in history, even a guy he is supposedly be better than, Steph Curry, are all winners. And I don't even think Steph Curry really needed at the time to build a super team to beat him. But it was just something he wanted to do, I guess. He didn't need no super team to beat him. He had this guy down 3-1. And nobody on that Cavs team was hurt. So he definitely could have smoked them the next season. I just don't know, folks. We'll see about these NBA ratings. People are on. That was the first time I watched all day these games, because I'm not into it like that. I'll get drunk and pass out first before I watch all those games. But I did. And you just don't, I don't know, man. There's no, this is what you got to offer. And like I told you, they had a promotion. They were promoting these guys as OGs and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. They had Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James doing an interview in the pregame. It's just some guys who cheated the game to win championships, right? Because it was all about money. LeBron James did it, so it was okay. And instead of promoting their future, they don't care, folks. They keep promoting their past. And their past is why their ratings are trash today. And I seriously, I don't know what's going on with this guy, LeBron James. I don't know his bloodline, but it must be very important that after everything he did wrong, they're still promoting this guy? Wow. After all the losing that he has done, they're still promoting this guy? And like I said, they had a chance to get guys together like Wemby, Joker, and Giannis, and sit those 3 down and talk about, them being the future of the NBA. But they said, no, we do not care, folks. We don't care. We don't care about the top 5 players in the league selling our league. You know, I just remember back when they were selling Kobe Bryant in 97 and 98 and him taking the torch from Michael Jordan. Every time they squared up, the Lakers and the Bulls, all they talked about was a young Kobe Bryant having the torch passed to him from Michael Jordan. And the fact is, they tried it with Anthony Edwards, but it hasn't worked out because this guy is not a top 5 player in the league, folks. And he's in his 5th season. It just hasn't worked out, folks. He's shooting horrible from the field. Yes, he's launching up a whole bunch of threes because he's lazy. You know, he's not a top defender. He's not an 80% free throw shooter. In this soft week era where Luka put up all-time great stats, and you have Joker doing this thing, and even Tatum putting up better stats than this guy, Anthony Edwards. What I'm saying is, guys, they tried with Anthony Edwards. He's a fake superstar. Yes, he's got game, but he's overrated, folks. I think a lot of this marketing, he's got this, what's it called? Anna clause. A lot of this stuff is bland, man. I think the way they try to market this guy just ain't working out, folks. We know ain't nobody buying his shoes. Is anybody really buying Anthony Edwards shoes? I don't think so. If you're still promoting LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant over Anthony Edwards, and that's something you could have did too. You could have had all those foreign players, Wemby, Joker, and Giannis, and you could have sat down in an interview with them, but you could have had Anthony Edwards in there too. It would have looked silly because he's not better than those players. But at least you could have looked silly because you look dumb all the time. It's better to look silly than look dumb. And that's what, who's running ESPN, folks? Who runs this network? Because it sure ain't nobody with any kind of damn sense whatsoever, folks. And they try to fit these personalities in here that really don't belong in here. Right? When you look at Stephen A. Smith, he don't really belong in the 2020s, right? And he's trying to what would you call it? I can't think of the word right now. Cap. He's trying to cap for this era. He tries to, but at the same time, he has to tell the truth. And then, it's just a big made up lie, folks. Perk does deserve, belong in this era to a certain extent, right? Because he's not too far off from the 2020s, right? But even though they didn't play this style of basketball in the 2000s that is played now, but he's closer to it than what Stephen A. Smith would be, right? So that's why when I talk about Charles Barkley, what's his name? Shaq, Kenny Smith, why are these guys still talking about 2020 basketball? It's far from their era. And now, some of these guys, they can't even speak their mind. This is so dumb. They promote the NBA on TNT, but they can't really speak their minds until they go on a podcast and say this is trash. The 2020s is trash. But they can't say it on TNT. But you guys are idiots. We've been saying this for a long time now. And now you just want to say this? This is ridiculous, folks. So you guys tell me what you think.